I want you to start a video. So what's up, man? It's weird. It's only 10, I know it's early. It's 10 o'clock. It's a little early for this, but I think a couple of Sundays ago I might have jumped on a little early. But it's all right. It's PM-ish. It's late night still. 10 o'clock, it's late, okay? All right? You know, I know it's more normally like in between 11 and 12, but 10 p.m. it's officially late. All right. Do you agree? What's up, Gabe? What's up, Dan? Do you guys agree that at 10 p.m. it's officially late? I don't know. Maybe I'm way off there. If you got kids or something, it might be like 8 p.m. it's officially late. So I know sports has been all weird this year and everything, but I'm still pretty excited for the tournament. I'll always be excited for that. No Flyers this year. Kind of a bummer. You know, last year kind of seemed like they had a shot to do some things. All right, we got the moderator there. What's up, Mary? Yeah, same thing, right, DH, right? You know, one West Virginia fan seemed to be a little butthurt over the West Virginia getting bounced in the second round. I told him, I'm like, hey, man, I'm a big Huggins fan. I'd like to see West Virginia win, other than Ohio State, I guess, maybe. I'd like to see West Virginia win the whole thing. I love Huggins, but doesn't have a great history in the tournament. So he was like, man, you hesitated to pick them over Morehead State, and then you had them losing to either Syracuse or San Diego State. He's like, we'll be, the guy felt disrespected. So we'll see. We'll see, man. I wish Huggins and West Virginia luck. I really do. But I don't know. Who you guys got? I think, what did I have? I had very few upsets. I think my biggest upset, I think I did pick one 12 seed to win. I picked maybe two 10 seeds. I think I had number 4, Oklahoma State in the Final Four. I mean, I had 2 1s, a 2, and a 4. That's pretty realistic, I did, DH. I did. That was one of the ones I listened to. And right away, I think I mentioned in that video that just like even their officially released stuff, it just kind of sounded like audience recordings. There was never anything that was really great quality. And that one right away, I was like, oh, wow, this sounds much better. I can see why. And then later on, I even read a quote from Bob Weir. He said he felt like that had a lot to do with that show being so popular, is because there was just a really good recording of it. And, it was pretty good too, obviously, aside from, but maybe I couldn't help but think, well, maybe that's why it sounds so much better. I liked it so much more. And then I saw, I think so far right now, what's taken the number 1 spot is, I think it was Giant Stadium, 1991. They opened with an Eyes of the World. That might be right now my favorite live thing. If I could just pick one live Dead song and that's all I got to listen to, I'm taking that Eyes of the World. But, there's still a lot to hear out there, I'm sure. You're probably like, wait a minute. Hold on a second. So we'll see. I think that was Giant Stadium 91. If anybody here, DH, you may know if you're a Dead fan. It was either 90 or 91. That's it. Well, I feel like Dick's, Dan. I definitely feel like Dick's is going to happen. The other stuff, I'm not sure. Not real sure. Since I don't have any tickets to any of them other shows, I'm not real invested. Haven't been really paying much attention to what might happen. I don't know. I hope so for the people that are going and are, have been really, really missing it. Hopefully it happens. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, that is a good one. Even some of the songs that, maybe some of the songs that I don't necessarily like maybe, I do like Brown Eyed Woman. The Brown Eyed Woman was really good though, but that might just be kind of like a throwaway song. I think it was only maybe 5.5 to 6 minutes long, but it just and it was like a really good 6-minute Chalk Dust Torture or something like that, if that even exists anymore. I don't think that exists anymore. So hopefully, as I listen to some more, maybe I'll do another video saying these are the shows that I like. These are the songs that really stood out to me. Get some more recommendations. Got a lot of, it seemed like all the, I don't know. It didn't seem like everything that was recommended was either from a little stretch in the 70s or a little stretch in the 90s. Not a whole lot from the 80s. Although I've heard a thing or two from the 80s I like. Like I said in that video, that Hara Arena show from 81 I really liked. Saw something else, I think that was from maybe November of 80. So anyways, I should probably pull this up too, just to get a better look, in case you guys got any. I happened to catch a couple of comments there, but it's just much easier to see up here on the monitor. We got Spud. Might be a little early for Spud. We got Woody B in the house yet. So Dan in St. Louis holding it down for sure. DH Tim. Hey, what's up, Tim? Missed you there, Gabe. So somebody who was that? Well, that might have been UDH. That was like, yeah, I filled out a bracket, but I'm no expert either. Yeah, it was a bummer about Marvin Hagler. It's funny you say that. About a half an hour ago, I watched that first round of Hagler and Hearns. It was on my front page, and wow, only 66 years old. And yeah, everybody gives him, a big. You can't help when you start mentioning boxers that retire and come back and retire and come back. Hagler is always the guy that they're like, yeah, but he just walked away. He had a great career, and when he retired, he was done. Went over to Italy and did some commercials or something. So yeah, that was too bad. He was one of the, I was really, really young when he was in his heyday, but I do remember, maybe not even specifically remember the fights. Maybe I just remember like as my parents or my dad or my uncle or somebody was watching those years when he was fighting Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard and those guys. Um, and then as I got a little bit older, and then HBO would replay old boxing matches. They always were. It seemed like they were always replaying some of his stuff. Um, yeah, I think was it unexpected? Yeah, I would guess so. But he's lived a pretty private life. It seems like having every now and then he shows up in the news, or he just doesn't do a lot. You don't see him on ESPN or HBO boxing telecasts or anything like that. He's never got into the promotion game. I don't think he's a trainer or anything like that. So that's cool. Hopefully he enjoyed the last 25, 30 years of his life or whatever it was. Hey, what's up, Craig? So it's yeah, well, okay, Craig. I guess time doesn't really, since you're on a total different time zone. I'm never like super late for you anyhow. So the fact that I'm about an hour earlier. Hey, what's up, Lucas? Nick, what's happening, man? Yeah, I do get bored. I get bored. I'm sure I'd get bored everywhere, though. Hell, there was times when I was in Las Vegas. I was only there for like 4 days. So I'm telling you, there was times when I was just like, now what? I'm not a big gambler, so and yeah, so I can get bored anywhere. Ah, nice, cool. Yeah, I think I was obviously a boxing fan first. And then as boxing, I slowly started to fade on boxing. The UFC started to grow. And now I feel like there's enough boxers now throughout all the weight classes where it's interesting. If you want to follow just the top two or three guys in some of the important divisions. No, I have not gotten the vaccine yet. I'm very healthy, so that's cool. I don't get bumped up the list based on any kind of pre-existing health condition. So, I'm thankful for that. And I'm not that old yet, so that's another good thing. And I haven't tried to do anything where like you show up. I've heard stories where people are like, yeah, I'm not eligible yet either, but just go to a testing site. Sometimes at the end of the day, people don't show up. You can get one that way. I guess they're now saying by May, any adult that wants one by May, no matter age or health conditions or anything, can get one. Hey, there's Spud. What's up, man? Go for it, dude. We'll be here for a bit. Yeah, yeah. So even when I do come on, sometimes for you, Craig, it's only 8 or 9 o'clock or whatever. I know that the main event last night. And did you see the Anders fight? Oh my God, he had Stewart beat, and just another illegal knee, man. That was so bizarre. Like it was just weird, man. And he's got to be killing himself today, man. And then yes, that eye poke was brutal, but it sounds like Bilal's going to be all right. Yep, yep. Spud will be here, man. Is that the one you got, Craig? Yeah, it was cool that they started early. Mary even got to stay up for the main event last night. Sometimes those pay-per-views, they don't get to the main event, man. She's like, all right, enough's enough. She passes out before the main event comes around, especially if there's some lackluster fights leading up to it. Um, but yeah, and Leon, in the brief time that it was going on, well, they both looked good, but Leon looked like he was coming. He meant business. Leon was looking for a finish. So, and I don't think that's one of those weird controversial finishes that demands a rematch either. Oh yeah, it was weird. It was scary at first too. Yeah, the way he reacted, I was like, "Oh no." I feel like maybe he's just lost his eye forever. Hey, what's up? Happy Sunday, bouncing soul. His reaction did make you seem like, "Oh no." He knows it's really, really bad. Oh man, that Tyson and Marvis Frazier, that was a scary one too. And then one where Frazier kind of got hung up on the ropes. Ugh, brutal. And I think Bilal, it was everything. Bilal, he was scared for his eye. He was probably in pain, and also just like that was a big opportunity for him, and he had to be thinking like, you got to be kidding me, man! I can't lose my chance like this on an eye poke. I don't know. And then I thought Herb Dean did a good job putting it on the referee. I hate it when the referee puts it on the fighter. Herb Dean was like, Doc, make a decision. He didn't say it's your job. That's why you're here, doctor. Don't ask him. Look, man, you're the doctor. You decide. But unfortunately, if a doctor's truly gonna do his job, he's gonna be like, this fight's over. Same thing happened with the knee. The guy that got kneed in the head, I think he wanted to continue. Well, there was no question in the Bilal fight. That was actually the Anders fight, Anders and Stewart. I think Stewart was going to give it a go. I mean, that's honorable of him, but come on, man. Luckily, the doctor was like, no, man, I just asked him to walk like 3 steps and he didn't look good. This shit's over. So I don't know. I see every now and then here in the live chats, we got some UFC fans, and then someone commented on the Francis video I did recently. They want some more UFC content, but I don't know. Doesn't go well. UFC fans on the internet, they're worse than fish fans on the internet. Maybe. It's close. So what are you guys up to? Where's Woody B, man? Woody B needing his got nose buried in that book, I guess. He's still on a big Janis Joplin tour. My first fish show was in 1999 at Polaris, July 23rd. They just kind of actually did a recent what is the life or dinner and a movie? What I'm trying to think of here. They did a dinner and a movie for that Columbus show too. But I don't know. Turns out it was a really great show, but at the time I wasn't super into it. I just kind of went. I just feel like I've went over that a million times. Sorry, dude. If that was kind of a dull answer. But it turns out my first show was a really, really good show. But I just wasn't really able to appreciate how good it was, in fact. Then I went the next year at Riverbend in 2000. And 2000 was the crazy Columbus, although there was some rain around that Polaris 99 show. Damn, 92. Yeah, that'd have been nice to see him back in those days. Probably a much smaller place. Probably saw him at a real small place in 92. It was interesting going through all this Live Dead stuff, seeing like from them in the late 60s to then in the mid 70s, and then as Jerry starts to go gray, Bob starts to wear like polos and short shorts on stage. It was just cool to kind of see as they like, I don't know, went from like these young kids doing acid to like just sort of, I don't want to call them professionals, but just more of an adult look on stage, I guess. Ooh, nice. Alpine 98. Ooh, that was a good year for Alpine, although a lot of good years were good for Alpine. Damn. 176 and counting. Well, last year slowed you down a little bit. What's up? Hey, what's up, Wilson? We'll have the draft eventually. Ah, nice. Well, maybe if you're like me, how I did it, I just chipped off a show or two a year. I mean, obviously, just doing a show or two a year, some years 3 or 4 shows. I was never going to get to 176. I think the Browns versus Chiefs could very easily be the Sunday night game. The Browns versus Packers, less likely, being AFC versus NFC. But if both teams are good, both teams are leading their division, something like that, yeah, could happen. Hey, what's up, Shifty? What's going on over there in Australia? Hopefully, well, it's interesting. For once, the Browns don't have like a really high pick, so it's a little harder to decide. Um, Depends on what they do in free agency. Maybe a defensive end, although you're not going to really get a killer defensive end that late in the first round. But so we'll see. Offensive line never hurts. Well, Watt would have been nice, even though for the kind of money he got in Arizona. Losing Vernon, they're going to need another defensive end. Um, but yeah, nobody specifically really. No, Zach. Um, and I mean, I don't know what's out there at cornerback. I don't know who's available at corner, but maybe something at corner, just because it seems like no, they're always going to have injuries at that position. But in the draft, I'd like to see a defensive end if there's somebody worthy of a first round pick there. Sometimes you get past those top 3 or 4 defensive ends, the next defensive ends kind of start to fall a little bit. They're more in like the project category. That'd be interesting to see. I'd like to see how many like Pro Bowl defensive ends came from late in the first round. I feel like they're all in the top 10 or later in the draft. Hey, what's up, Craig? Ooh, Halloween 96. That'd have been a good first one. Oh, wow. And you got, well, tickets probably weren't that much back then, anyhow. But that Halloween show I did, I was gifted that ticket. Or was I? Wait a minute. One of those shows that weekend I was. Maybe I paid for the Halloween show. No, I think I was gifted. No, I was gifted that one too. So not my first fish show, but my first fish Halloween show I was gifted. Yeah, I still got all of them actually, Travis. I got a little frame over there. I really didn't put much effort into it, but I tried to do a little picture frame. I got it sitting over here on the ground. I'm contemplating grabbing it. If you're wondering what's he looking at over there, if he's looking at it, I can't see. You guys can't see it, but yeah. Anyhow, I do. I got a lot of my tickets. I think I got some right away, tucked right in here, maybe. I don't know where they're all at right this moment. It's not a fish ticket, but it is a picture of Michael Jordan. You know? I don't know what I did with all my ticket stubs. I must have tucked them away somewhere else. But yeah, you'll just have to trust me. You have to just take my word for it. And now I'm curious to see what I should look at this picture over here. Hold on a second. All right. Can we see this here? Yeah, you can kind of get a look at it. What do we got here on the top? That is Deer Creek. What's the year? I don't know. But that's Deer Creek, I believe. That year it was known as Verizon Wireless Music Center. How come there's no year on there? Oh yeah, 2003. So that was Deer Creek 03. That looks like Charleston. Yes, that was Charleston. What was that, like 15 or 16 or something? That is Vegas, MGM Grand. The Chilling Thrilling year. That's the holiday run from 03 or 4 in Philadelphia. I guess 03. That I think is Blossom or Cincinnati. Fall Tour 2009 Cincinnati. This one is probably another one of them Deer Creek 03s, I think. I believe so. That's obviously Wrigley, and then that was Blossom, like 2010. Down here at the bottom, we got Blossom 2010. You got the Wrigley. I don't know. Something like that. And I got a bunch more somewhere else. Those were just the cooler looking ones. Or shows that I liked or something. I don't know. I don't know why those made the picture frame. Really. All kinds of whiteboards over there and everything. Oh, nice. You were there at Blossom in 2010? Cool. Yeah, Trip. That's the guy who did that print. Some fan sent that to me. I don't have any pictures of OJ. No, I do not. Just Jordan. Had a pretty sweet picture of Paige in there too. A fan sent me. Oh, got a new poster recently. You guys can maybe take a look at that sucker. Not the best look with the glare of the light on it, but you can see it there. Little California Avenue Artworks. Same as these two back here. That's why those two are side by side. So you're like, what are you doing there, bro? Yeah, Blossom is cool. Damn, Spud, you flying through it, man. Getting better. Hey, what's up, Zach? Yeah, did you do all 3 nights in 03 at Deer Creek? I did do all 3 nights. That was my first 3-night run. Then until Vegas, I guess that was my only 3-night run. Yeah, the Lookout Cleveland opener. It was just an okay show. Wasn't a particularly great show. But it was cool. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, and not just Blossom, but I think a lot of places the sound on the lawn got better last year. So that's awesome. Hey, what's up, Woody B? We were wondering, man. We were wondering. Hey, what's up, Larry? What's happening? And I didn't even camp those 3 nights. Actually, one night we stayed at a hotel not far away, and then another night we just drove back to. I think after night 1 we drove back home because it was only about an hour and a half or something at that time where we were living, me and my buddies. And then the next night we stayed in a hotel not far away, and then after night 3 we just went home. Yeah, right. I mean, if it's a real, especially that type of eye poke, yep. Didn't seem like it was intentional. I'd like to think nobody does that type of thing intentionally. But then Derek Lewis just the other day was saying that sometimes to get a breather, he might kick a guy in the nuts. It's like, oh, dude, don't say that. Yeah, I did hear he won a Grammy. Yep, I knew he was nominated. I assumed he would win. So good, nice, good to hear that he won. I heard Bill Burr was ruffling some feathers. And if you guys, he was presenting some awards early in the evening and just went out there and was still being Bill Burr. But, the type of audience that's watching the Grammys, the early, like pre television type stuff, yeah, man, they're not going to be down with Bill Burr. He had green hair today. Oh, no. Yeah, I love Derek Lewis too, man. Ah, nice, Woody. We figured you had your nose in that book. I do not play the Fox Bets Pick Six game. No. Oh, is that? Oh, that's coming up real soon, isn't it? Man. Yeah, that's almost what Bill Burr said. He basically did say fuck the Grammys. In so many words, he said fuck the Grammys. No, they lost, and then they ended up with the number 2 seed. And then they got a rather tough game right off the bat after, well, not their first games against Oral Roberts, but um, I know that. How's that? I don't know, Matthew. Right? They beat Michigan. Michigan remains number 1, and then Ohio State. If Ohio State would have won today, I guess they would have had to have given them a number 1 seed. I would think, but was he good? I'm happy to hear that Billy was high in his acceptance speech. Hey, what's up, Chris? Oh, you know what, Zach? I'll have to check that out because as I've gotten older, I have started to like guys like him a lot more. I'm not a big fan. I haven't dug into a lot of his stuff, but I should, Zach. I'll check that out. Because this Grateful Dead thing will probably just last a couple weeks. It seems like how it's been going, getting into a new album or a new band every couple of weeks and then shifting on to something else. It was just okay, Dan. You talking about the most recent one that came out for a while? Yeah, go ahead. If you're a big fan, definitely pick it up. But there's a lot of stuff in there that there was already, the footage was out there. They talked a lot about having access to the vaults, but then, I don't know. Either everything in the vaults just not really that great, or they, I don't know. But I did do a review with Joe LaRocca over on his channel. You could probably type in like Frank Zappa movie daily review or something like that and find that pretty easily. I think we talked about the fact, like, even at one point they were in the vaults and there's like a tape right there of Eric Clapton and Zappa playing, and they just like, they don't just bust it out and immediately start playing it and let you hear it or whatever. Yeah, I wish there was just more stuff that had a never before seen type stuff. Yeah. Yep. So I'd say, yeah, when it comes out on Blu-ray, give it a shot if you're a fan. So, anybody else here hardcore on the tournament? Like, man, I don't know. I'm not like I used to be. I would have already probably filled out 10 brackets by now. Been on the phone with my dad for a half an hour. I'm not like that anymore, but I do still love it. Oh, I bet it is, Larry. I did do a bracket video actually, Zach. It's actually already up. Although it was my very first bracket. Sometime my very first bracket, the first time looking at it, not really reading or seeing a whole lot. I tend to pick mostly the favorites. I didn't pick it. It's not like I just went straight chalk through the whole thing. I did have Oklahoma State in the Final Four. But that first corner of the bracket, I think it was the South. Oh man, it was hard to pick hardly like any upsets. Like every one, the higher seed. Then I did end up with Gonzaga and Baylor, but those are the two best teams. They seem clearly to be heads and shoulders. I know anybody can get upset. Even Gonzaga tends to get upset in this tournament sometimes. But I see those teams making it to the Final Four. So having just saw Michigan lose, I had a tough time putting Michigan in the Final Four. And then having just seen Illinois blow like a 17-point lead, but then beat Ohio State today, I had Illinois also losing, and Oklahoma State and Alabama. So I had Oklahoma State, Alabama, Gonzaga, Baylor. That was my Final Four. And then Gonzaga, Baylor, and then boom, Baylor. The powerhouse basketball program, Baylor, winning the whole thing. Right, Spud? I am not doing a subscriber giveaway. But if anybody out there follows my bracket and I have a really good bracket, I want them to give me gifts and money. How's that? That's actually the deal. But I don't suspect. Although one year, I think it was 2015. I don't know why, but it appears. I know last year I didn't do one because it got canceled. But I think I did brackets in 15, 17, 19, and now 21. But my 2015, I picked like a 14 seed. I had some sweet upsets, man. I think that year, like a lower seed, like a 9 or a 10, made it to the Sweet 16. I nailed that. There were some people that really thought I knew what I was doing. Then I've come back in 17 and 19. Things didn't go so well. I think one year I didn't like get any Final Four teams right. So we'll see. Even if you struggle there early on, the first day or two, you can still come back. I think I had San Diego State making a little bit of a run. I know, right, Matthew? Just that's really right. Now Alabama's all of a sudden a Final Four contender in basketball. The Southeastern Conference overall seemed to be a little better in basketball this year. That or maybe just Kentucky was down. And everybody else was brought up a little bit. Everybody else has been chasing Kentucky, and they're finally things are starting to level off a little bit. I mean, like even LSU was decent. Florida's always pretty solid, but Arkansas, their first good team in years. Ah, nice, Dylan. I know one year I think I had like a better. I mean, I don't know. I still didn't finish anywhere, even in the top 1,000. But on ESPN, I did better than like 98.6% of everybody else's bracket. That was pretty solid. That might have been that 2015 year though. And then at work, there's not a ton of sports fans at work. I think the last couple of years we didn't even do a bracket, but I definitely did well there. That's probably why they quit doing it. They got sick of handing me money. No, Zach, I probably won't go, but I was wondering about that too. Are they still doing it? It's not going to be like a virtual thing. They're actually going to hold the draft in Cleveland this year. I mean, it's going to be like unlimited people, no social distancing. How's that all going to work out? I haven't even thought about that. I really didn't think the draft was going to be happening at a location. And again, I'm glad that Cleveland's not picking in the top 5, but uh-oh. Oh my God, I guess I'm allergic to Pepsi. Whoa. Hold on, I'm going to have to go blow my nose. Whoa. Time out. Let's get a Dick Vitale timeout here. I'll be right back. COVID alert. I don't know if you sneeze from COVID. Thank you, Tellurian man. All right, much better. Hopefully. Did you guys see a ghost or anything while I was gone? I hope not. Be kind of creepy, right? What is he doing? Got the tripod here. I was considering the tripod. I realized I didn't even actually use it. That's all right. We don't need it, do we? And that's why I'm here. I'm quarantined though. I'm here in the back room with the door shut and everything. Kind of self-quarantined. Got Mary in the other room going for a COVID test tomorrow. Which is cool. If one of us gets a COVID test, it's kind of like we both get a COVID test, I know it would be cool, man. Something going on back there, something in the window or something. Oh, already had her ready. Might see a fat cloud here in a second. I don't know about a ghost. Saw some young punk kids walking down the street today, vaping, blowing fat clouds, man. I mean, from inside my house through the door, through the window. Uh-oh, Will, what'd you do? I see Mary got you. I hope it was a serious offense. I'm sure it was. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not, Matthew. Unfortunately, I'm not. I've gotten zapped a time or two on YouTube. Fuckers flagged me. They don't know where I'm at. It could be totally legal where I was at. I do too, DH. I mean, I didn't go out there and start yelling at them, get off my lawn. They weren't even on my lawn, but they were in the street. They looked young, though. I mean, real young. I mean, maybe they were 16, 17, 18. In Ohio, I think you got to be 21 to buy nicotine products now. I assume it was nicotine. The size of the clouds they were blowing. Every now and then, some youngster gets hired at work part-time for a little while, and they got these big vape cartridges things are about the size of a fucking tablet, and they just blow fat clouds. You walk in the room, it smells like cotton candy, which is nice. I appreciate the cotton candy smell, but Will was talking shit to Larry? Well, good, get him. Larry Rules is kind of a made man around here. Larry Rules was here last year. We're kind of in the midst of the 1 year anniversary too, when I was doing all those live streams last year when everybody was stuck at home. And yeah, Larry was around most nights for all of those things, along with a lot of you, a lot of other people that are here tonight. DH and Spud and Mary. Dylan Bob, I don't know. I don't recall Dylan Bob being around much last year, but Matthew Devine, of course. Yeah, it was, man. It was kind of fun. Every now and then, I can't believe I missed the 1 year. I should have done a live stream the night when we hit 1 year. Yeah, Tellurian Man for sure. Yep. Dr. Bebler back then, Bouncing Soul. Yep, the COVID streams. I still got a playlist here on the channel if you ever get interested. And you're like, yeah, I'd like to go back and scroll through some of them. Yep, the COVID-19 streams or something like that, I called them. So yeah, that was fun. And then I was watching a bunch of Marvel. Man, I watched a lot of movies and TV back then. Man, that was cool. Give me a good opportunity to watch some stuff I probably never would have watched. I mean, none of it was really life-changing. I don't know. Yeah, I know you're right. And 1 minute it seems like that was forever ago. But then not really. I guess it just depends on the context. But yeah, part of that does seem like a long time ago now. I did these streams a long time ago. A real long time ago. We got salty watermelon here, what we're dealing with. Yeah, see, seems like yesterday. Yeah, I am still dating that broad, Tellurian Man. It's Mary. She's now a moderator in the chat. That's how serious things have gotten. We now live together, and she's a moderator from the other room. You better watch it. She might put you on timeout for calling her a broad. Nah, she wouldn't. So yeah, I don't know if any Kid Wilson. I think you stopped in from time to time, man. Yeah, we've all gained some weight. Yep. Although I think I'm slowly starting to lose it now too. Woody B said she's taken over. She kind of has, Woody B. I mean, I certainly wasn't buried back here in the back corner of my house in the previous live streams, was I? Yeah, for real, Tellurian Man. I know it's kind of weird, but I mean, it's not that weird. I mean, maybe it is weird. I don't know. But yes, during all those live streams, even some people, Gringo and Chris G and everybody was like, hey, dude, you should hook it up with Mary. And I was like, yeah, whatever, man. Mary's probably just fucking bored like the rest of us. And then we did end up hanging out. But yeah, it's not I guess it's not a traditional way of meeting someone. And not a lot of people are going to be able to look back on the pandemic and be like, yeah, I actually met someone that year. Your mom. No, let's say, no, let's calm down. I don't know, where's old Gringo been? Speaking of Gringo, where is old Gringo? Yep, an internet couple, a live stream love story. And if it ever ends horribly wrong, I'm sure I'll tell you guys all about that too. I will have to take away Mary's moderator power, unfortunately. Sorry, Mary. I don't know about the matching tattoos now. But I know. Well, for other than that time period, once I got back to work, I didn't do much different either. It was nice the first few months, like April, May, I guess through May, it was actually kind of cool going to work because there still wasn't very many people out there. I've kind of gotten addicted to drive-throughs and delivery ever since then. But yeah, I did go into Meyer, a few places. I haven't gone to I still haven't done any like event type things though, like gone to a movie or any of that type stuff. This season, what's their high scoring game? Oh, I don't know, Samuel Pate. Probably, I mean, they average somewhere in the 70s, but I don't know what their high scoring game would be. Yeah, that's a good question, Larry. Has anyone here been vaccinated? I feel like the other day somebody was in here and they had gotten their first shot. Or was that? Oh no, maybe that was somebody. I saw Noogie. Noogie, who sometimes does come here. Noogie got his first shot the other day. I think I saw online somewhere. I did watch the vaccination special. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Oh, and football. Okay, for some reason I thought you meant basketball. Yeah, that sounds right, actually. Yeah, I was used to doing dishes like, yeah, I did a dishes video last night that apparently is never going to see the light of day. Recorded and everything, but yeah, I was talking about during that video, I do dishes, every 6 weeks. It take me a long time to really build up some dishes. And I didn't mind it doing it just very infrequently. So yeah, I don't know, man. Been thinking about these point. The only reason I think about a portable dishwasher is because there's really no room in the kitchen for a permanent dishwasher. Hey, what's up, David from Montreal? Nah, I'm not a real big hockey fan, actually. Years ago, I did get into the Pittsburgh Penguins a little bit. We had a really popular minor league hockey team here, the Dayton Bombers. But okay, very, very rarely will I sit down and watch a hockey game. Um, Mary Elizabeth got into the Columbus team for a while, living in Columbus, I believe. I'm in Dayton, Ohio. I'm about an hour from where Columbus plays, so I could go to a Columbus game, no problem. Um, but most colleges are, yeah. Do I like rock? I don't know about rock. What do you mean by rock? You talking about the rock? Are you talking about crack? I don't like crack. Kind of like the rock. He seems pretty cool. I don't DH, I don't know. It's just so damn easy to, especially now, like every game is on TV. Um, rock and roll. Ah, my bad, David. Yeah, totally. Oh, yeah, I definitely like rock. In fact, recently we've been talking a lot about the Grateful Dead. I've always just kind of been a casual fan. I don't know if that's what you mean, if that's what your idea of rock and roll is. Went on a big Pink Floyd kick recently, and lately I started listening to the Grateful Dead studio albums. Very good studio albums. I was shocked. But yeah, I definitely like rock and roll. Big time. Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, all those bands. Dude, the good stuff. Fish. You like Fish, man? Yeah, no, I'm a the Guess Who. I like a couple of their songs. I don't go real deep with the Guess Who, but some of their more popular songs I know and I like. I haven't gone as deep as J Rad yet. Although I must admit, I did watch one Dead and Company video today, just because Standing on the Moon. I kind of got stuck on Standing on the Moon. And then I saw Trey do Standing on the Moon at Fare Thee Well. I thought that was pretty cool. And then I checked out John Mayer doing Fare Thee Well, or doing Standing on the Moon with Dead and Company. And then, like I said earlier, just to fucking go back a little bit to that Eyes of the World from Giant Stadium so far is like my favorite thing that I found from the live stuff that I had previously not heard. And I did like the Cornell 77. Badfinger, David, I'm not real familiar with them at all, actually. No. Yeah, you like that too, Dylan Bob? That was good, right? Took a second. I was a little nervous at first for Trey, but yeah, I got to do the J Rat thing, and I eventually will probably get to that. Um, Oh, no kidding. Silk Sonic, huh? No, no, no. I recall that when Miami had a lead. Yeah, he started just going. He was just burning it up there toward the end. I am not Matthew Frog Wings. I am not familiar with them, the band. Okay, Badfinger was on Apple Records. All right, I check that out. Ooh, Zach seems to like Badfinger. Kind of bummed out there hasn't been any new episodes of the 20 Million Club. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you listen to podcasts at all, David, or any of you other guys, but if you're like a music fan, that's a pretty cool podcast. They talk about 20 albums that have sold 20 million or more. And even if you're not that into that particular band, it's pretty cool to hear them talk about it. I mean, I enjoyed the Alanis Morissette album or episode and album, I guess. I don't know, Dylan Bob. I guess it depends on who's making that list. Hey, what's up, good lieutenant? Thanks for stopping by, my man. You know, I was taking a good hard look at that fall of 97 the other day. Now, while there was a lot of great shows, Hampton, um, all the ones we mentioned the other night, Colorado, Michigan, the Nutter Center, but to not have that Nutter Center show in your top five, that's tough. I mean, I guess I could maybe see it. I had trouble coming up with five that I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely like that one more than the Nutter Center show. But I might also just be biased because there's always been a good quality recording of that. Now there's an officially released live version of it. So that may. Oh, you retracted your statement about the Nutter Center not being top five on that tour. Oh, okay. So we are okay. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I missed the retraction. Yeah, it's really good, right? I mean, there was a lot of good shows on there, though. I started going back through that tour, and there was some that I was like, "Oh wow, I forgot about that." Oh man, that one too. Was it maybe like can't remember if it was oh, man, maybe Albany or something. Somewhere in New York, there were some good shows I think that I've forgotten about. I was like, "Oh wow, yeah." And then like I always remembered the Palace at Auburn Hills. That was a good show. The night before the Nutter Center, actually. Then right around that run, there was a show up in Cleveland that wasn't that great. I remember downloading that a long, long time ago. Yeah, definitely. It's in the running for sure, Matthew. I have not heard that, no. But go for it. I was recently talking a lot about Farmhouse and how I think that's fucking like man, turns out a lot of those songs from that album became pretty important songs in the live shows. So yeah, I could see Farmhouse getting the vinyl treatment this year. Ah, nice. You met Rick Derringer? I've never met like a rock star, I guess. I met these guys in Marvin. They're far from rock stars. I mean, they rock out, but don't ever see him at Toyota Park. Okay, I'll try not to. Oh yeah, and then also I got in that little bit of Guided by Voices kick there for a while earlier this year. But summer night, I mean, if anybody likes Fall of '97 as their favorite tour, I still think I prefer Summer of '94. But either way, okay, John Mayer and Althea. All right, 2019 City Field. Boy, that show seems familiar. Like, did they webcast that one that night? Every now and then I would. They'd get me. They'd play like the first, kind of like Fish does. You'd get the first part of each set for free on YouTube. Feel like I remember checking them out at City Field. Nah, I don't know. Yeah, you're a big Guided by Voices fan, Good Lieutenant. Yeah, I've always kind of been aware of them being from Dayton, but I just never got too into their music. But yeah, it's about spent about a week where that was all I was listening to. Discovered a lot of stuff. Ah, nice. You were at that City Field show. Oh, nice. That's not bad. I kind of dug Buffalo Springfield for a time. Well, Summer of '89, very good. Are you talking about the song itself or the tour? Because yeah, I know that at least a couple of those shows from August of '89 were outstanding. I mean, the set list alone were amazing, just because like every song they had back then was amazing, though. Ah, cool. Yep, looks like we got a few Guided by Voices fans. Ah, Alice Cooper was your first major. Kiss was my first major rock concert. And then my second concert, I can't even call it a rock concert, was Gordon Lightfoot. In between the ages of like 10 and 16, I saw Gordon Lightfoot and Kiss like 6 times total. Where'd you share that link at, Good Lieutenant? I'll check that out for sure, Good Lieutenant. But where'd you share that at? Like on Twitter, in a comment section on a video? Yep. Gordon Lightfoot is Canadian. My dad's a big Gordon Lightfoot fan. He would always drag me to concerts with him. I started liking him a lot more though over the last few years. I like some of his stuff. Ton of good comedians that I've liked over the years coming out of Canada too. Oops, here it is. Ooh, Buddy Rich. That's not bad. That's a solid first one. Theory of a Dead Man. I mean, I saw some stinkers too in the late '90s. I saw Better Than Ezra. I saw Jackal. Although Jackal put on a hell of a show. Um, what's up, man? I'm not seeing that link, man. Am I crazy? Maybe you can't post links in live chats or something. I'm not against it, but maybe YouTube's got some rule. Whoa. Mr. Big and Bon Jovi opening up for 38 Special. Wow. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I don't see it. I don't see anything. Hmm. I don't know, man. I don't see anything, good Lieutenant. I just see you going, oops, here it is. But then I don't see it after that. I just hear you go, here I see you saying Buddy Rich is cool. BuddyRichIsCool.com. Is that the website? What about 12? Was there a good 1228 that year? Um, I don't know if you do any like social media or anything though, but you can send it to me on Instagram or Twitter or leave it in a comment here or something. I don't know. I think maybe I just like there's parts of that 1228 that I liked. Or maybe it was just one that I happened to have back when downloading shows off the internet was the thing. Shania Twain was hot. Indeed. What we got going on here? Any more of that salty watermelon? Fish rarely plays Canada. They have, but not very often. And, you know, just a couple of years ago they did, but yes, I did actually, Matthew. Yep. That show that they recently just did a dinner and a movie for. That was my first fish show at Polaris. I was not there the year for the crazy fucking end of the world cloud though. That was 2000. And I went to Riverbend that year instead. You think so, Dylan? Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe Trey, it's tough for Trey to get across the border, maybe. Oh, damn. Rush was your first concert, huh? Speaking of Canada, some Canadian legends. Oh, man. That would be a real bummer. I was bummed when I had tickets to see like Rage Against the Machine and the Beastie Boys, and then Rage Against the Machine broke up. Mm, you know, I don't really listen to that show a lot. The Deer Creek show from '99 with the YEM closer, July 25th. Although there was some cool stuff in there. You know, I'd love the meet my friend, my friend. That was an awesome way to start. And then, but then you gotta kind of fast forward all the way to like Saw It Again, Boogie On, really. Then you got the Cavern Encore. I mean, Makisupa's fun and all that. Okay, then Birds of a Feather, opening up the second set. But then right into Walk Away. A little early for Walk Away, guys. Antelope, okay. But then Hold Your Head Up, Purple Head, Hold Your Head Up, and then you get the YEM. So there is a lot about this show where I'm like, all right, to truly, truly be one of the great shows, there can't be just two or three songs in a row per set where it's like, yeah, whatever. I mean, the whole Fishman vacuums for that's fun and all, but you've already got I don't know, and the Maki Supa. So, you know, I mean, it's really good, of course, but I mean, the Maki Supa at least was something that night. Boogie On, I love Boogie On too. So, and then the Loving Cup, while it was a pretty good Loving Cup, I guess I see here. I don't know. I'm never super stoked on a Loving Cup encore. So, yeah, that was a very, yeah, okay, they played Whipping Post. But that's not even a fish song, you know. I mean, if one of the highlights of the night is a cover song, well, I shouldn't say that because they do cover some cool stuff and it's cool. But I mean, yeah, which year though? Red Rocks '93, at August 20th '93. Then like our guy Stavely was just talking about recently, 6/11/94, I believe it was Red Rocks '94, or maybe something June of '94. Another smoker. I don't know, Matthew. It's tough. I remember at Blossom, I was hanging out with some dudes, old Dan Cancer's brother or something. He was chasing Loving Cup. It's like, wait a minute, man. What are you talking? We're talking about fish, not the Rolling Stones. What do you mean you're chasing Loving Cup? I know, I know. I quickly retracted that though. I started to be like, look, if one of your best songs is of the night's a cover, but then I'm like, no, 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 I take that back. Although Whipping Post, it's not like a regular. We're not talking about like a some Talking Head stuff or Boogie On, which I really did like that night. That's why I quickly retracted that. Um, but I mean, it's good for sure. A lot of great shows at Deer Creek over the years. It's always weird why certain venues, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's not that Deer Creek or Blossom or Alpine. Maybe it's just that they've played those venues so many times. It seems like it's always awesome when they're there. But they've probably, I don't know how many times they've played Alpine, 20 times or something. It's not like all 20 shows were good. SPAC being another one. Yeah, MPP, same way. People will tell you MPP is like just a special venue. It's always awesome, but I don't know. That's the 2018, I think it was one of those nights. It was a total dud. Hmm. Oh, is it really? August 10th, 97? Huh. It's crazy that still now there are shows like that. Hmm. Well, that's not a bad start. Melt Hood and Cities. 2 for 2. That's not a bad ratio. The Peterson place in Pittsburgh. Oh, that wouldn't be bad living that close to Hampton. So where are we at? Are we around the 1 hour mark? I'd say we're closing in on around an hour. Oh, yes, we are. Just past an hour, in fact. Oh. Hmm. I have not been to Graceland. No. Nope. Well, you see, I know just an hour. I know a year ago it would have been just an hour. Now an hour seems like a long time. Can't believe at some point during those Corona shutdown streams we were going for over 3 hours at some points. Man, it's crazy. All right. Well, having said all of that, thanks for tuning in. David, thanks for stopping by, asking some questions. Good Lieutenant. Nice to see you. Matthew, Larry, Spud, Mary, of course, Woody B, DH, everybody else that was here earlier. They may have left by now, but we still appreciated them. Dylan Bob, the Tellurian man. All right, guys. Pete, oh, I missed Pete's Defeat earlier. I didn't know Pete's Defeat was here. All right, guys. Well, boom. It seems like it's kind of becoming a regular thing on Sundays. I don't want to guarantee it'll be a regular thing on Sundays, but we'll try at least once a week or something like that. All right, guys. Boom. Appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Check out the bracket video if you didn't. Looking for some tips, man. Just kidding. All right. You be safe too, man. Later.